So hello everyone and welcome back to FTRL for week 5 of our season 21 here on FTRL for our Gran Turismo series on GT7. And for week 5 it is our second special event of the week. Last night we were around Bathurst and it is the remainder of the grid's turn this night at Fuji in Japan. And I am joined by someone a little bit new on commentary this evening. I'm joined by Joker. Good evening.
Hello there.
Hello. So, brand new for commentary this evening. I've got Simon, who is the usual on commentary, is racing this evening. So it's a first time for Joker on commentary. You looking forward to this evening?
I am looking forward to it. Just trying to get my head around some of the driver changes that have happened due to some no-shows.
Yes, there are some driver changes which we will go through very, very quickly before we start qualifying. So, as you are aware, if you are watched just as light, or if you're new around here, there is a special event which is a mixture of GT1 and GT2. GT1 have to race on the mediums, and GT2 has to race on the soft tyres. Now there have been some slight changes. So we've got Bread, I believe, which is replacing Rom, we worked out. And then also I believe that the other one is Oven, who is, I can't remember who's Oven replacing again.
Oven's taking over for Zom.
That was it, Oven's replacing Zom at the last minute as well. So we've got Oven and Bread, who are two of the quickest guys in GT3, who are replacing the two GT2 drivers. So they are both on the soft tyre, because Rom and Zom are both racing in GT2. Okay, so that is why they're on the soft tyres. Now qualifying started, because it is a bit more of a different event, it's in a more of an endurance race, you do have qualifying of 15 minutes, so more than the kind of sprint races, the exact same as the endurance races, 15 minutes. And you have to qualify on the tyres that you are specified with your division as well. So mediums for GT1 and soft for GT2. So that is why we have some different tyre compounds for qualifying as well. So Fuji, what's the kind of characteristics of Fuji, Joker? What might the common features
personally,
be?
I've got to say I'm not the biggest fan of this track. There's something about it, I don't know what it is. Some of these twisting turns, they start off wide, they cut tighter towards the end of the turn. Sometimes it's just a demon to get around in a good lap. But I know some people here really do enjoy this track. I think Carl's actually looking forward to this one. He seemed to be preferring the idea of racing at Fuji over the Bathurst one yesterday. So yes, could be one to look out for, but we shall see.
This is a bit of a love-hate track. So having said, there's quite a few people don't like it. I'm actually one of those people that I actually really enjoy this track. Now I know quite a few people really do enjoy this track tonight. Tom T. Smith, this is his favourite track, Fuji. So watch for him. Aaron as well, this is one of his favourite tracks. He absolutely loves it around here as well. So yeah, this is a track which is some people really, really enjoy. I think it was a good mix of tracks that we picked, Bathurst and Fuji. I think if people weren't a massive fan of Bathurst, they tended to be a fan of Fuji, so it kind of worked out, I think, actually quite well. That each person got a circuit they actually quite liked, which was handy.
It was a good sort of difference between the circuits as well. Fuji, it's a bit wider, it's a bit more open.
Much more open.
The walls are right there, so some of the parts of the track. So
very tight, wasn't it, last night?
Yeah, there was a few itchy moments of rubbing against walls and stuff like that. But I'd rather do that than race here personally.
Oh, there's one more that we forgot about. I can't actually believe I forgot, but this Pagani's just put in. Witchell is actually not racing as well. Derek's replacing him, I'm pretty sure. BWT team. So that is one of the standouts replacements. So Derek, he raced last night as well. But as you said, it is a very, very different circuit to what we had last night, which was very, very tight. I mean, I think we actually were very close together for quite a part of the race as well, but it's very, very tight, whereas ground here is very open. It's some long sweeping corners. I think you struggle to find two circuits that are quite so different, actually.
Yes, indeed. I know Derek was a little bit dismayed at his performance at Bathurst yesterday, so hopefully this track being so much different might give him a bit of a better go of it.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, he had a difficult evening. In fairness, though, if you've not someone who's raced much around Bathurst, it's not an easy circuit, is it? It's very, very tricky.
Not at all. It's one of those ones that you really need to gel with, sort of thing, with those walls being so close, and the wrong move, you know,
well,
it's going to cost you big time.
39.5, and we've got Aaron 40.4. I think the consensus is 38 for pole, most likely. Oven, straight away, P4 for him. He was P3 actually, but he's dropped at P4 as a blue flag. On the soft tyres, he will be quick this evening, look out for him. 39.1. He was racing last night as well, as he had to cover, so he was on the medium tyres. He's covering for Graham last night. Carl is P4 at the moment, he's a 40 flat. Jonesy there, 41.3. I think the thing is with the tyres around here, it does take a couple of laps most likely to heat the tyres up. So you might be seeing lap 2 and 3 might be the quickest for the stints round here. Blue flag is currently going round in the middle sector. Now this is one of the kind of flowy parts of the circuit. It's got a few corners in a row, very flowing. Then you get this long straight, a couple of curbs in it, down towards the bottom of the circuit here. And he's purple by 2.5 tenths, so he's already on course for a 38. Then you go into the very twisty sector. It's a very tricky little sector, this one. Some very, very tight corners around here, particularly this part right here. Very, very tricky.
I've seen a few guys get a bit of a wiggle on as they've spun up the tyres going through these tighter turns, so this is where you can, you can make time or lose time during this twisty section.
This last corner is very important as well. Getting a good exit here. It's a long, long straight here. It does seem actually very, very nice though from Blue Flag. T. Smith improves. Aaron's also improved up to P4. Times are improving. Blue Flag. This should be an improvement and a new quickest time, I'd imagine. 38.9. There we go, into the 38s for Blue Flag. Ishmael in P3. He's had a good season so far. Bread's 40.1. That's a good time from him. He's, as I say, replacing. He's only a 1,000th off his GT3 rival, Oven. And Oven himself is actually 1.5 tenths up on his personal best. Jonesy improves up to 40.4. Fingers crossed for Jonesy and his internet this week. Praying hope. After last week's debacle.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
SBY putting in the chat that he thinks a GT2 driver again will get a fastest lap like last night. I think it was 11 end up, and a GT1 driver will win the race. Now that is all about consistency. The GT2 drivers can be very, very quick over a short stint, but GT1 are very, very consistent as shown last night. So that's probably not a bad shout. Get your predictions in. There's 15 odd people watching. Make sure you're liking the stream as well. It does help us out a lot. Got Oven coming round, keep an eye on him. Oh, a little bit skirmy there. Tyres screeching. One corner to go. But it is important. Nice and smooth in. He's a little bit wide, didn't really get apex, but he's... We'll do two different lines through there. Marley up to P3, that's a good lap. Aaron's in P5 though, he improves again, 39.7. And Oven, he improves by 0.4 of a second up into P5. That's a good lap from him. Ishmael as well, he's improved, 39.5. He's in P3. Tom's got a couple of guys in front of him here, Aaron, and I think there's a blue flag possibly in front of him. Oh no, it's not. I can't remember who that is. Can't see it exactly who it is, but there's two cars in front of him. He's purple though through sector 1. Though I think, if I'm honest, it'll be the last sector in which the soft tyres are significantly better with those tight and twisty sections, you would imagine.
Yeah, you've got to think that some of the soft guys might opt to pit in as well, put some fresh tyres on, just to try and get an extra few tenths out of their times as they bed in.
You wouldn't think the mediums would probably need to, but it might come in for a pit stop, but from memory I don't remember them pitting last night, mediums. really?
Nah, I think they just started coming into their kind of preferred window.
Yeah.
As that qualifying session ran on for the mediums.
Probably a little bit squirmy there. Oh, he's very out of shape. He's got it again. He was up, but I think he might have lost time there during that little sequence of corners. Yeah. Medium tyres are obviously struggle a little bit more in traction naturally. Obviously, don't have as much grip to them. I think you did see that at parts as well during the start of the stints last night. Oh, he has actually went purple though. He looked very slidey for the last sector, but he still somehow has fastest lap. Well done. Fat Dane, good evening to you as well. As blue flag coming out the pits as we predicted, getting rid of those soft tyres.
Yeah, quite a bit more wear on that front left tyre than the rest of this tyre. So
what a lap from Bread. 39.3.
Another improvement.
And there's your teammate. Carl improving as well up to P8 at the moment. Jonesy improves as well.
Good old job from Bread and Oven at the moment. They probably don't have any practice laps under their belt, apart from maybe what they've done just before this session.
Yeah.
Coming into a different track. Doing a good job.
Good evening, Royston, as well. Once again, make sure you like the stream. There's 20 odd people watching at the moment, so please make sure you do it. Will is 40.1. I think Will's actually been not massively comfortable around here so far, from what I heard last night. Lee as well, he's away down the back as well at the moment, at 40.3. And Tom is right behind Aaron now, which I'm not sure is probably going to help him much, to be honest.
He did get a little squirrely out of that final turn, but he might be. No, he's going to come. Is he going to come in? He's coming in to change the medium tyres.
He is. Interesting. Right, Sai's on his blue flag, otherwise known as Sai. He is on his outlap at the moment for his new soft tyres. As their oven improves again, 39.5. Ishmael's in a 39.4, so a lot of improvements coming in. It's very similar to last night though. They'll just get quicker and quicker and quicker as the fuel burns out. Well, probably a good idea to keep an eye on blue flag, so I think we'll go on board with this one. This could be a quick lap, first lap out. New set of tyres. Will improves 39.8, Panda. Andy also improves 39.6 there. A lot of improvements coming in. Someone coming out of the pits there, but they get out of his way nice and easily. Going to turn 1. Important corner this one, that's it. Nicely on the apex. Use the curb on the outside, get the power down.
We'll have to negotiate Andy unless he gets out of the way.
Yeah, he's basically matched his previous time. His previous fastest. It's a very long right hander this one. It's quite a frustrating corner because you kind of just want to get power on and you can't really get it on fully.
Yeah, from my experience, I go wide most of the time.
It is a tricky track though, this one. Both of these we picked for the special events are tricky, but I think they were picked for that, to be honest. Well, it's not been a good opening lap on this set of tyres from Blue Flag, but as I said, soft tyres do sometimes take a lap before they're at their peak performance. That's what I've noticed on this game anyway, so you might be better just back off a teeny bit from Andy here. I want to catch up. Aaron's in as well from his medium tyres. Ishmael's coming across the line now. What's he going to set? His previous best a 39.4. Coming across the line, it's going to be a 39.6, so he's just short of his personal best. Tom's on his outlap as well for his medium tyres. We'll keep an eye on Blue Flag though. We'll keep on board and we'll see his next lap, see if he can make any improvement. He's only half a tenth off pole position. You do get 2 points for pole. Oh, Blue Flag has improved actually right at the end of the lap. So the tyres come into the window right at the very end. But I still think that this lap could be better than his first.
Chubbs improves up to 10th.
Yeah, a little bit out of position for Chubbs at the moment, I would say. Well, there's Sai. He is Blue Flag's 1/10th up, purple, and he's neater through that corner there. Long right hander now. I said, very frustrating corner. Left-hander now. You can use a lot of the curb on the outside, get the power on early. Exactly like that. And then you come down, mid-sector split is coming up here, just before the tunnel. And he's comfortably up now, he's nearly 2 temps up. Nice and gentle through this section. Don't be too quick on the power. Very nice and tidy through this section. Probably trickiest corner on the track, this one here, on traction. Very nice though again. 1 corner to go. It's a very, very tidy lap from Cyrus. Very nicely managed there as well. He's probably going to get a bit of slip here from Marley. This might be a 38.5 or 38.4 possibly from Cyrus. This is an excellent looking lap. He's actually lost behind him in the last sector. Maybe dirty here. Well, he has improved, but only by 16 thousandths of a second.
Meanwhile, Panda put in a sneaky lap to go into 4th.
Good spot.
Bradley now.
Tom is purple through sector 1, but he went very, very wide through that last corner. So he's not picked up a penalty for it though, but we'll see in about 10 seconds time. He's very wide again. He's using all of the track and more on this lap. Is he going to be up? This is going to be his last lap actually, looking at it. This will be his last lap, so needs to make this last sector count. Very squirmy there on the throttle. Oh, he's picked up a penalty. It's not going to be an improvement. Unfortunate from Tom. Well on his last lap. There you go, everyone's last lap now. Time has run out. Is there going to be improvement here from Will? Oh, aggressive on the last corner. Blue flag, 38.858 is the fastest lap. And no improvement from Will on that lap. Bread's coming around now. Blue flag, 38.6. 2 times full clear. Unless anyone pulls at a miraculous lap, it looks like blue flag is going to take pole position here. Bread on the last straight leading up to the start finish line. Can he pull something at the back here? Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. It's not. It's actually a slow lap here from Bread. Is that it? Aaron's putting, why can't I qualify anymore? He's had a tricky season so far qualifying wise. He's lost his spark in the qualifying recently. We'll come back. Don't worry, Aaron. Long race. 30
Ishmael
something laps.
Ishmael grabbed 4th on his last lap as well.
So good spot. Just ahead of Will. So there we go. That is your qualifying. Complete. Blue flag P1, Tom P2, Marley, good lap P3, Ishmael's P4, then comes Will, Bread's P6, Aaron a bit disappointed in P7 with his lap, Aaron's P8, then you got Oven P9, and Carl P10, Captain Charles P11, Jonesy's down in P12, Derek P13 and Lee P14.
I think we need Marley to come out of the pits and complete his lap.
Yeah, otherwise the time's going to run down. It's going to be a while, I think, here. Excellent qualifying from Bread. 39.3, P6. Ahead of quite a few GT2 drivers. So, well done, Bread. Excellent job. Same for Oven. I think Oven was very last minute as well by the sounds of it, so it's a great job from him as well, P9.
Yeah, I think that was a case of, oh, Oven's in the stands, get him in the car quick.
Yeah, don't think he's had much practice at all, to be honest, so. well, how long have we got? 35 laps, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. 35 laps. So, obviously, we've got mediums and softs. They can only run on those medium and softs. Last night was a lot of two stops. I'm expecting everyone to do a two stop as well. And as they're all lining up now for the second special event of the week around Fuji, 55 laps is upon them. And we've got blue flag starting on pole alongside T. Smith, reigning champion. 5 red lights, and we are off. Looks like a decent start from blue flag on those soft tyres. We've got Marley and Ishmael P3 and P4 still. Got Bread, who's made a jump up into P5, though Panda's trying to come back out. He's broke late Panda, trying to go round the outside of Ishmael. He's back up into P5 at the moment. Someone's very wide in the background. Who is that?
I think Andy got pushed out wide a little bit.
Yeah, Andy very wide. So T. Smith actually is leading into the next corner from blue flag. Marley's having a little look though, trying to get past them, but he's having to sit back. We've got Aaron's had an excellent start up to P5. He's jumped 2 or 3 places there. He's got someone in the background who's got a penalty there in the melee of a lap. Oven, it's 3 or 4 wide in the background. Oven and P7 Ishmael's got that penalty. It's quite a lot of cars very close together around that corner. We've got Ishmael, Captain Chubbs, Dusty, Fossil, Carl, and Captain Chubbs all very close together. We've got Lee and Jonesy in the background as well. Dusty, Fossil in the middle of a sandwich here. Captain Chubbs. Ishmael just gets ahead of them both. Captain Chubbs goes through in P9. Carl drops down to P10. Got Derek and Jonesy going side by side now as well at the next corner. Oh, gets pushed off a little bit there, Jonesy. A little bit of lag on Jonesy there. Maybe it's just me, but it looks like it. T. Smith leads then. He's a second already. Off he goes. Possibly into the distance. Never to be seen again. Let me find out. Blue flag P2. Marley P3. Well, good start P4. Aaron's had a really good start to P5. There's Bread. Stays the same in P6. Oven's had a good start as well. So the 2 TT3 boys are side by side. Captain Chubbs and P8. We've got Lee and Carl there. Lee makes a move there on Carl up into P9. Derek breaks very late. He managed to get through, to be fair. I just got past Carl. It looked very, very late, but he managed to get it turned in very nicely. Anything else you have noticed so far, Joker?
I was just holding my breath into turn 1 there because I noticed these guys like Lee, Carl, Derek, they were all kind of together. Thought something might have come of that going into turn 1, but it was nice and clean. Lee's got a penalty though, don't know where that has come from, but he got a half-second penalty.
I think it is quite strict on penalties around here. We've got Jonesy P12 now, Andy P13 after his horrible turn 1. He got pushed wide by the sounds of it, and unfortunately he's had to make his way back through the pack now. Tom is not away from blue flag. If anything, blue flag has closed the gap back up. So the soft tyre's working well so far for blue flag. Got Marley behind. Remember, he's on the medium.
Oh, Ishmael's gone round. Ishmael's gone round.
Oh, so he has. There we go. Good spot. Oh dear. No good start from the Red Bull man there. Oh, he's burned again.
And he's gone again.
That's the tyres are a bit gone after that. You need to be very, very careful after you make a spin on this game.
Yeah, that first incident, he was battling with Andy and Jonesy. And as you mentioned, Jonesy's lag, I'm not sure if that came into play, but it seemed to be a little bit of bouncing going on between the cars, and then Ishmael went round. So
Bread's right on the back of Aaron, but I think he's pushing him. I don't think he's any interest in actually making a move. So working together perhaps between these two at the moment, not fighting. Oven in P7. Good good showing so far for the GT3 boys early on. In the background there we got Lee, Derek and Carl. Derek trying to make a move on Lee here down the inside. I think Lee is going to have that sorted for the time being. Carl having a little look now.
Tight.
Derek. Set back though. Oh, Carl's wide! Oh, that's not where you want to be around there. But he's got away with it.
It's allowed Andy to catch up as well. Jonesy as well.
Oh, Carl again is having a look at Derek. Derek's had a bad run for the corner. He's right there now. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go the long way around the outside. He's not quite there. Oh, he done things my dummy. Oh, beautiful move.
I'm not just going to say this because he's my teammate, but that was glorious. Absolutely glorious.
That was beautiful. That was a lovely, lovely move.
Marley up in third has got a half-second penalty.
He does. Start finish straight, I believe. It's on, so he's going to be under threat here from Will, I'd imagine. I imagine Will might actually get past here.
We'll go through, and then Aaron and Brett will be looking to...
Well, he's going to get past. There you go. Will up to P3. Good start from him. And Aaron's going to be right on his tail here by the end of this straight. So he's now within slipstream range of Marley. Oh, Marley! Oh. Very late on the brakes there, wasn't he?
A little bit. A little look. Lucky to get it stopped in time.
Yeah. Blue flag then stalking the back of the Brawn. They're very close together, and they're made a big gap behind. 2.5 seconds behind. So excellent job from him so far. Keep an eye on tyre wear shortly, but for the time being there's not much to talk about in terms of tyre wear. The big gap behind Bread now is that's Chubbs in P7 and Oven P8. I think this is a good track of Blue Flag, which might explain why he's very close to the back of Tom. I think most would have expected Tom to streak away, but Blue Flag is no slouch. So keeping him honest for the time being.
Aaron all over the back of Marley at the moment. It's allowing Will to maybe eke out a little bit of a gap, although Marley going very much to the inside and almost clips the back of
That
Will.
is a common feature around Fuji, different lines into the last corner. That does tend to happen at times. Now they're both in slipstream range here, but Aaron did get a better exit, so they are going side by side, but Marley's going to pick up some more slip from Will here, so then Marley's going to start pulling away again from Aaron, as you can see now. It's going to be tight here for Aaron if he wants to get past. He's going to have to sit back, I think, here. He does. Oh, Marley having a look down the inside again. Not able to. Bread went deep there, but he's got a good cut back, to be fair. Aaron having a good exit there on Marley. Is he going to have a look down the inside? He's just about enough alongside here. Oh, he pulls it at the last second. Marley sweeps round. Keeps the place. Got Chubbs behind this, and then a decent gap back to Oven. Then comes that battle that we watched before between Lee, Dusty, Fossil. Derek's had a moment somewhere. He's down at P13 behind Jonesy now. And Ishmael, unfortunately, after his calamitous couple of spins, is a long way back. P14. But still 30 laps left. Long way to go. Still the same out front though, but they have a huge gap. Oh, what's happened to Will? And Marley. Oh, Marley's... Oh, nearly span again there. And that's Captain Chubbs getting past. Don't know what's happened there.
I think Marley tried to send one up on Bread at one point. I don't know what happened to Will. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, well that's interesting, because Aaron has now jumped Will up into P3. Marley has dropped down to P7, and he's now having a look back. Oh, off it. Ooh. That's Captain Chubbs, sorry. That's very, very wide there. He's going to get cut back and can try and get back past him. Very wide there for that point, though. Lee on the back of Oven. We'll go on board. Not quite close enough by the look of it. What's happening up front? No, there we are. Captain Chubbs back on Marley. On board with him into turn 1. Captain Chubbs has got the inside line here. Marley can try and hold it around the outside. He is going to try and hold it. Captain Chubbs gives him enough room, but he does make the place up into P6 ahead of Marley now. And up front, a massive gap. 5.5 seconds between the top two and the chasing pack. That is impressive after lap. Only 5 laps. We're on lap 6 now, so that is ominous to say the least, I would say.
Marley back up the inside of Captain Chubbs. Makes the move stick.
Captain Chubb seems to be going very wide at a few corners. He'll be struggling with those medium tyres from traction, but he's flashing away at Marley though, so I don't know if he's annoyed at something. He's properly flashing there, I don't know. Not sure. Need to keep an eye on behind them though. They've got Oven in the chasing pack. Very far behind now at all.
Through this section, Chubbs does seem to spin up the tyres a little bit. Gets very wiggly in some of these tight areas.
Oh, speaking of wiggly, Marley!
Marley's gone.
Oh, Lee! Oh, Lee as well. Lee lost a few places there. He got spooked, I think, in the process. Maybe got a bit distracted, and he saved it just about, but he lost so much speed in the process. Good evening, Witchell. Witchell in the chat. Obviously missing this evening, so he is. We've got Andy on the back of Carl. Very, very close here, but Andy backs off. Doesn't actually make the move, so 6 back for the time being. We've got Oven and Chubbs. Oven in the mix, Squirmy there. These two are teammates for this evening, so they'll probably be working together, I'd imagine. And then comes the 3-car train for the last podium place at the moment. Well, Bread and Chubbs. Now, Bread's on the soft tyres, and obviously Will and Aaron on the medium tyres. To be honest, Bread's softs don't look too bad. Oh, out front, Blue Fly's got a penalty in P2. Now, I would say Blue Fly's got worse tyre wear just about than Bread.
Yep. Sure does. He's probably pushing to try and keep up with Tom.
Medium tyre wise, even though he's been skirming a little bit, Captain Chubbs looks very healthy. Ovens looked very healthy for soft tyres as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to be, when it comes to pitting, he's just going to be worried about how far he can get on fuel. I think that was the main issue yesterday in the Bathurst race. It was the fuel that was the key issue for how far you could get into your stint. So
yeah, I mean,
quite well.
Fortunately for me, it's not something I usually have to worry about. I'm quite good on fuel. Tyres, not so much, but pretty terrible.
Don't tell me about that fuel usage of yours. Disgraceful.
It's handy, isn't it?
Indeed. And I had a little look on the inside of Aaron, just to let him know he's there. Aaron not pulling away here at the moment. Both on the medium tyres. Bread there lurking on the softs. And a gap back to Chubbs.
Oven and Chubbs working well together at the moment. See if they can close up to this battle in front of them. Bread's caught right back up though to the two in front of them. And Blue Flag now unfortunately has a bit of a gap to bridge again back to T. Smith. Out at the tail of the field, we've got a few battles going on still. We've got Jonesy and Lee close together.
Six-car train going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, isn't there? Looks very, very tight. We've got Carl very close to the back of Oven. I mean, you've got Oven right on the back of his teammate Chubbs this evening, so it's very... Oh, who's that in the back? Andy's very wide there. Different lines. Well, Oven is right on the back of his teammate again, but they're gonna walk together. I just can't see them swapping positions at the moment, to be honest.
No, Oven has a little worse off here. Might be using the slipstream to just save a little bit. No, that was a strat that I was kind of using last night. Just hang behind someone, try and save a little bit of fuel while you're behind them in that draft. But Chubbs goes.
Oh, the later he is. He's letting them past.
Looks like he's letting them through.
So team orders in play there. Swap of the positions. Often chasing after now his GT3 teammate in Bread. I must say, so far, even at this early stage, excellent showing from the GT3 boys.
Yep. They are quite impressive here today. Bread is... Well, I say that Bread, I've just gone to Bread and Bread's got a penalty.
That's going to drop him back again.
Yeah, I think that must have been a track limit thing. Kind of closes that gap and then something happens and it kind of opens up again. But 3.4 second gap to Oven, so you won't have much to worry about unless Oven uses his soft tyres.
Yeah, make good points there. I must say though, with the look of this, I don't think it's going to be very long at all before we're seeing Oven and Bread back in GT2. Well, Bread's been in GT2 before, but Oven's not. But it's not going to be long before Oven and Bread are fighting it in GT2. That's right. It is mightily impressive from both of them so far, and Oven is closing quickly on Bread. Gained a second on him this lap. This is
Bread
going to
serve that penalty.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. It's 2.2 now. So even before that he gained a second. He's now gained 1.5 seconds. The Oven have a great exit there. But this could be becoming a bit of a 9 or 10 car train shortly at this rate. The way this is panning out is they're closing back up to the fight for the podium. So
well, Carl is looking at the inside of Chubbs going through this very long right-hander.
Blue flag, fastest lap of the race last time around, 39 flat, whereas Tom 40 flat. Now back within half a second.
He's right on him, isn't he?
Now we're expecting pit stops around a lap 11, a lap 12, I'd imagine. So are we going to see anyone come in early, do the undercut here? Could Simon think about that possibly, blue flag?
I mean,
it's a possible strategy.
Right on the back of Tom at the moment. So
anyone going to come in? You both coming in?
Teasing it.
No! Oh, mind games.
You got to think that of the two, blue flag will
side by side though.
First.
Let's go on board with T. Smith. See what happens. Blue flag just in front of him. And he doesn't fight him too hard. There we go. There's a change for the lead up front. First time it's swapped. Blue flag takes back P1. Tom led all the way from, I think, the second corner. And it's the first time it's swapped back.
Solid recovery from that penalty that blue flag had a few laps previous.
Now behind Bread, there's some small gaps developing between each of the cars now, up to Landy, and then behind that's still a bit of a train. But they're not quite as packed together. They're very close, but not quite as.
It's coming in swings and starts, I think. They space out a little bit and then one person starts to make a move. It seems Andy's got past Dusty. Because Dusty was battling with Chubbs at one point. Not quite sure what's happening there.
Pit stops, I'd imagine, this lap. Let's have a little look out front. Who is going to be the first? Blue flag has been getting quicker and quicker towards this end of this stint, as the tyre wear doesn't seem to play much of a part, to be honest, in the pace. And just the fuel burning out is making you actually get quicker. Aaron consistent now in P3, he's got well behind him in P4. Bread's starting to maybe ever so slightly creep back ahead of him, as in the background the first pit stop there was Carl. It's Dusty Fossil, he's in. Your teammate first to dive in, going for an undercut possibly on Andy and Captain Chubbs and Oven possibly.
Yeah,
where does
I think
he come
with all the position
back out?
switching that they've been doing, it's worth the try for the undercut. Try and get yourself some clean air, get into your own space.
The one thing we are well aware of from Carl is he's excellent on his tyres, as always. And I will say, there's a massive discrepancy in fuel between certain drivers. Like, Lee's got a lot less than what even, for example, Carl come in with. Jonesy as well, he's much less than everyone else. So there's a lot of differences in fuel at the moment, which is interesting to keep an eye on. Captain Chubbs, he's quite fussy as well. Ovens, yeah, going with Ovens driving a bus, but look at the amount of fuel he's using. He's very, very thirsty in that car.
Carl's come back out in 13th ahead of Marley. Looks like Marley's also pitted on lap 9.
Big difference out front
softs.
As well. Talking about fuel, Blue Flag has quite a lot more fuel than T Smith, and they're carrying on.
Oh, no, T Smith's gone.
Oh no, that was the last minute, last second there, but Blue Flag carried on. He's done the opposite, Tom. T Smith. Now, where's he going to come out, do you think?
No, this is all dependent on what he decides to do, because I noticed in Bathurst some of the medium runners were not changing their tyres. They were looking for that track position by keeping the tyres on. As you can see, the
Tom's not doing that.
Not even halfway.
He's swapped.
Yeah.
Now, fuel-wise, Tom is better than Aaron and Will. Blue Flag out front looks better than them all. Bread's 6, Chubbs 9, Jonesy 17, Derek 7, Ishmael 10. So quite large actual gaps, unexpectedly I would say. Some excellent pace out front from Blue Flag at the moment. Look at his times: 39 flat, 39.5, 39.2, 39.4. Now T Smith P5 is coming out if he needs a good outlap. And those tyres will be cold, so obviously T Smith is actually filled up fully, which is maybe slightly unexpected. Maybe I got a way of not filling up fully, possibly, but seems to have went with a full fuel tactic.
Ishmael is short filled, so he's skipped over Derek in those pit stops.
No, Blue Flag, I can imagine, is coming in. Yes, he is. So I'm fully expecting him to come back out front. Oh, what's happened? What's happened?
Oh, Chubbs and Marley having a bit of a battle.
Oh,
a little bit of rubbing. Chubbs has gone through on the inside, but he's having to take the defensive line now. Blue Flag's come into the pits.
Oh, banging on wheels. Still side by side though. Oh. I mean, I think that was bound to happen round there. I'll be honest.
I think Chubb spun the tyres a little bit, and as the car skidded, his nose pointed into Marley.
Yeah, I think that was a surefire thing to happen there, to be honest. You cannot get two cars round a lot of that part of the circuit. Oh, Andy's off. Oh, he's went wide. He's back on the track, but he went very, very wide there. And he's not pitted yet. Blue Flag has, and he's back out ahead of T Smith. Just, however.
Yeah, I don't think Andy's too happy with those tyres. Big wiggle coming out of that turn.
Aaron back in P4. He's now got a healthy odd gap to well behind. Jonesy. How is Jonesy's up to P6, I think, fully on fuel. He's under-fueled because he knows he's better on fuel than most people, but he's picked up a penalty, which has got a good chance of dropping him all the way down to P8, possibly. And unfortunately for Jonesy, it does appear to be very, very, very laggy.
Yeah, a lot of lag wiggle there. He'll lose to Bradley as he serves that penalty. Whether he loses to Carl is yet to be seen. Carl's trying to get up there.
SPY's put in that Blue Flag hasn't taken a single breath in the last 15 minutes. For anyone that doesn't know, Blue Flag has a tendency to kind of forget to breathe times when he's in a battle or when he's in this kind of situation in a race. So yeah, just for context, for that comment. So Andy's in.
Tom's having a run on Blue Flag down this straight. Comes very much to the inside of the track.
Yeah.
Blue Flag breaks later.
Trying to hold it. Tom wins out though. for the time being. Blue flag still there though.
Good spacing between these two, lots of respect there. Very fair racing, nice move.
It's an enjoyable battle to watch this between these two. It's going to ebb and flow, I think, until the end of the race at this point. So they've got a massive gap behind, so they can kind of fight and not really have to worry at the moment. 9 seconds behind to Aaron. Then comes Well, spread out now. Bread P5. We've got Jonesy in P6 after his penalty. So he's only dropped that one place. Obviously, they gained a place because Andy pitted. Andy's come back out in P10. Fully fueled up for a new stint. Got Lee, Chubbs and Andy. Oh, unfortunately. What's happened to Oven? Something has unfortunately happened. He seems to have span or something, as he's done 2 consecutive laps, 2 minute 3, 2 minute 13.
I think those are the 2 minute 3 might be a pit stop lap.
But he did do a 1 minute 44 beforehand, so he's had some sort of moment somewhere. He's lost a lot of time. He's lost over 10 seconds.
I'm not seeing the little P next to the lap, so I don't know which lap he actually came in on.
I'm not sure either.
Very
Something's
fresh
happened.
tyres, so I think he might be on a lap right now.
Yeah, he might have span on his in lap. By the look of it, I guess.
Ross is saying in chat
dear.
we got reset. That's not what you want.
That's not helpful. Chubbs having a look at Lee now. Backs off. Had a look at the last second there, but just thought, no, better sitting behind, biding my time. Bread still doing excellent in P5 though. 39.3. Some very, very competitive times going in.
Yeah. Speaking of competitive times, Tom is starting to pull a little bit of a gap right now on blue flag.
Excellent
up to 1.4 seconds.
He has indeed. 39.1 that last time around, so good spot. Blue flag 39.8, so not the best lap from him, and a good lap from Tom has resulted in that gap. Can he close it back up though? He did do that on occasions on the first stint, so I'd be surprised to see that come back.
Yeah, blue flag seemed to like his soft tyres when they were immensely warm, so he could still figure in this.
Now Bread, still that 2 seconds behind Will, but he does have Jonesy very much at his rear. Very, very close.
Bread trying to break the toe at the moment, going down the straight. Jonesy's dropped Carl a little bit, just out of slipstream range, I think.
Jonesy's not going to be quite close enough here by the end of the straight unless he goes for a bit of a mental dive, but I doubt that's going to happen. Much more sensible than that.
He's right on the back of Bradley still, so... Oh, and sets a purple sector apparently. So Jonesy looking a bit racy at the moment.
Well, Pagani in the chat says the mediums feel a lot better even with a lap or two less fuel in the tank. I would agree with that in terms of like for both tyres though. I think the softs are much better a lap or two with less fuel. I think it's just a combination of cool tyres and just kind of the way the track is in this kind of game. It's much different to GT Sport in terms of the way the tyres interact. Oven sets a 38.9, so unfortunately for Oven after that pit entry situation he's way down the order now, but he's now 2 times purple again, so he's getting some pace. Oh, Tom trying to break the toe there, but I actually think he's outside of slipstream range just. So actually he's just hovering in and out at the moment.
We've got back in 8th, we've got Lee Cole with a penalty, and in 10th Andy also has a penalty. Andy going on the inside of Chubbs into the final turn.
Oh, Chubbs up to P8 then.
Chubbs will go through though. as these guys serve their penalties. There you go. Gets past Andy. Starts his attack
Au revoir
on
to Lee. There we go.
Cuts his nose off a little bit there on the straight.
Oh, Bread and Jonesy fighting. Jonesy's up. P5. I saw they were close together. Jump back to watch that penalty, and in the process, Jonesy's just managed to squeeze past up into P5. Now, Jonesy somewhere has found some pace. Didn't in the first stint, but a second stint, he's starting to come alive. And he's now closing up to Will in P4.
Yep, and you can see up there a bit further Aaron as well. I think Aaron is struggling in this stint. He was 8.7 seconds behind Blue Flag a couple of laps ago, but now that gap is up to 10.5, so Aaron's struggling at the moment.
I think that's got a lot to do with Blue Flag's 38.7 he might have just set, mind you. So that's his blistering pace, which is why he's now back within that half a second.
Yep, looking at the inside.
That ebbing and flowing is happening.
Ooh, I thought we might have a little go at Tom.
Is he going to go for him?
Turn,
Is he going to sit back? What's going through his head?
He'll have enough pace going through this start-finish straight here to have a go.
There we go, 38 again from Blue Flag. Now, Tolman very defensive. Blue Flag peels to the outside. Side by side out of turn one. Tom down the inside, goes a tiny bit deep. Blue Flag tries to cut back, but slides in the process. Tom maintains the lead. Still in P1. In the background, we've got Will, who's unfortunately now got Jonesy in his slipstream range. So, Will dropping back into the clutches of the guys behind.
I think Bread got into the back of Jonesy there a little bit at turn one. Just got a bit of a wiggle on Dusty now trying to attack Bread. No, thinks better of it. That's off the accelerator. That allows these four to space out just a little bit again.
Pagani saying that Blue Flag still has the pace that he had when he first started out in GT, just needs to put the practice in. So you can see he does have a lot of pace, and he's well clear of most of the other GT2 boys. It might be in a slightly different story, how, mind you, if Rom had been racing this evening. Rom was replaced by Bread, and in fairness, Bread isn't doing an incredible job in P6.
Yeah, solid job. Will's got a penalty up front. Jonesy's harassing him at the moment. Not sure if Jonesy is.
Oh, that lag has got horrendously bad during that section there, didn't it?
Yeah. Looks like Jonesy's going on the inside. Unless Will's just let him go because of the lag, which is a possibility.
No, it goes in stages. Sometimes it doesn't look too bad, and then other times it's like watching a 1970s TV programme with some like horrendous static. Very strange. Bread though.
Bread's coming up.
There we go. He might even get overtook by Carl here in the process. It's very tight, and at turn one, Bread down the inside. And Will drops down to P6. Not a good time to have a penalty from Will there, is it? Up into P4 goes Jonesy, and his lag seems to all of a sudden settled again. I don't know what's going on. Oh well. Settle-ish. Oh, Blue Flag has picked up another penalty. So that's going to drop him back into 1.5 seconds again, and then he's going to have to close it back up again.
Oh dear.
I feel like I'm in rinse and repeat mode here with that battle. Battle for P8's interesting. Chubbs, Lee, Andy. And we're getting closer to round 2 final pit stops. Coming up in the next 3 to 4 laps, you would suspect.
I'm still going to be curious to see if any of these medium runners opt to not change the tyres. I was very surprised that the more medium running cars came in before the soft running cars on those first stops.
I think similar to last night, the tyres are not playing a huge part in this race. In terms of the tyre wear, obviously the tyre difference is, but the tyre wear isn't. Yes, Mike, it's a good point. Half of you watching haven't liked the stream yet. Get those buttons, tapping the little thumbs up, please. Thank you. does help us out. Trust me, it does. YouTube's weird recommendation kind of thing. The algorithms of the YouTube world. So 1.5 seconds again for blue flag. Here we go again. Jonesy's got Bread right behind him. So, and Jonesy is catching up to the back of Mr. Taylor, Mr. Aaron Taylor. Slowly but surely, getting closer and closer to the back. He's getting about 8/10. And the last time it was 3.5 seconds. Marley's pitted. Marley's big issue is fuel by the looks of it. He does seem to struggle a lot on fuel. I don't know if he's really redding that car out or something.
I think also the running by himself is not allowing him to save as much as he might want to from any sort of slipstream. BWT running at the back of this race at the moment. Who's saying Ishmael? What am I saying? Ishmael up into 12, catching on preheat oven at the moment.
Still this 3-car battle going on for P8 at the moment as well. We'll get Andy at the back who's picked up enough penalties. He's picked up a few of those. Man, that's one thing we had fortunate last night is not many places you could pick up a penalty last night. I don't think I picked up one. I don't think there is actually any.
Oh, but I found a way. I had 4 separate ones.
Where? I didn't even know you could.
The dipper part. Apparently, I think
oh,
I was
the hill. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, too much of that inside.
Right, okay. I wasn't good enough to take the inside part of that. I avoided it.
Trust me, it was infuriating. Kind of like what's going on here. I'd catch up, and then something would happen, and I'd drop back again.
Will's got past
back,
Carl.
Well,
Carl's got past Will. Sorry.
Yeah, Bread's dropped back from Jonesy as well, and Carl is all over Bread now.
I don't know what's happened there. Well, he's dropped. He was right behind Jonesy, as you say. So, I'm not sure. But Bread is holding him off for the time being. But Carl may have a run on. Oh, he's having a look. Around the outside, it's not quite there. Camera angle's terrible there. And he's had to sit back. And Carl, we got a little bit 2 on the outside there, and nearly actually allowed Will back past him. So Panda nearly seeked an opportunity there to get back past. Now out front, it's still as you were. Still that big gap out front. And it's very, very close. He probably could get past here if he wants to. Blue flag. Is it going to be another re-overtake for the lead? Here we go. Round the outside. He's going to have to go the long way around. He's going to do a cutback. Oh! Very close together. Tom has just got it. Holding on. It's as you are. Just. Right, look back here. Jonesy still in P4. Bread P5. So it's as you are for the top 7. Still this battle going on. Lee has made a bit of a gap behind him. Let's say Andy. Captain Chubbs has made a mistake somewhere. Well, he's at a 42.7 last time around, so that explains it. Ovens catching back up to this pack. He's fighting with Ishmael. P11.
These two rubbed a little on the straight there, but kept it clean going into turn 1. Oven keeps the place.
Got Derek P13. Then
blue flag's gone through on Tom.
Oh, so they have.
Into the twisty bits.
The end of that straight there, and he's made a move. He seems to come into his own at the end of the stint, blue flag, which is slightly against the grain of what I would expect, maybe.
Yep.
But Tom's gone very, very wide. He's gone for a kind of very wide, getting a good exit line. Yeah. And he has got a fairly decent exit. Re-overtake again? Number 8? Whatever it is.
Rinse and repeat for these two. Top just needs to get a good drive out of the turns. There's been a few wiggles in the last 2 turns that I've seen him.
And here we go, down the inside again.
Blue flag opting not to defend. Allows Tom to go through pretty much.
Getting a sense of deja vu.
Yeah.
Right, Carl's in. Lap 23. He's going to have a 12 lap stint to finish his race on. Captain Chubbs as well comes in. Everyone else appears to have carried on. Bread's back ahead of Jonesy. Jonesy has dropped a place. He's had a bit of a bad lap. 30.9 last time around. Yeah, you are correct, Pagani, very much so. This battling has dropped their pace significantly into the 40s there last time around, which has allowed Aaron to actually close up a little bit. Now Aaron's, unless there's some sort of incident, I don't think Aaron's going to be in the fight for this, but never say never. If there's an accident or something, then you never know. Now, is it going to be this lap? And we're going to do 11 laps for the last stint, is what you would expect, I would suggest. But if one comes in, maybe one might stay out. Don't know. We'll see. Tom, does he come in? Who's coming in? Tom? No, both? Both? No. Just Tom. So blue flag carries on. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, is he going to come in? Is he just taking slipstream? Like, Right, well, Aaron's in as well. Bread's in. Jonesy's in. Will's in. Okay, now, how much are they going to fuel up is the interesting thing. Now, Jonesy can fuel... Oh, what's happened?
Lee massively clatters the barrier as he enters the pits.
Well, I'm intrigued to see fuel-wise, because I think Jonesy might underfuel, because he tends to be very good on fuel at the moment. So I don't know if he's going to underfuel slightly compared to around him.
Refueling rigs are very close at the moment, so who puts in what?
Yeah, Pagani just making a good point that blue flag needs a good in lap, as Tom did have more fuel, which is, is very correct. But even at the last pit stop, Tom filled up a tiny bit more than blue flag. So,
Jonesy and Will have underfueled, so they both got by Bradley in that pit stop. Bradley fighting with Dusty on the exit of turn 1.
Bread's overfueled there, significantly so.
Yeah, looks like he feels like he had to give the position back to Carl. I don't know what happened.
No idea. I don't. It does appear to be that they've looked like they've overfueled, and so I don't think Will and Jonesy have underfueled, to be honest. I think it's just, I don't know if Bread's wanting to really use a lot of fuel on this stint, or if he just forgot to press the button. Which is
blue flag comes in.
Now, what's the gap going to be? What do you think?
He's got.
I think Tom's going to take it back.
I don't know. He's riding a bit of the curb there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to suggest that Tom might actually take this back by a second. I'm going to suggest. That's my estimation. But we shall see.
He is just coming by the pit entry now, so I feel like he's a whole lot closer than I thought he would be.
Tom going to take it by a second.
Here comes blue flag. Blue flag's coming out.
He is. He's going to take it by about a second. Oh, what a guess!
Yeah, as he cycles through turn 1. Yeah.
That might be my best ever guess on commentary. I was only 1.5 tenths off. I retire now. Right, Andy's on a bit of a different strategy from the rest. He's going very long here. So he's completely off kind of strategy with the rest of them, so I've absolutely no idea where Andy's going to filter back in. I've not a clue. But Jonesy is comfortably now got a gap to Will behind, so Jonesy has managed to get himself up to P5 for a combination of gaining pace throughout the race, because he started off and he wasn't particularly quick at all at the start, but he's managed to get a lot of pace, and his strategy with his fuel has been very, very good.
A few times I saw him setting purple sectors for the first sector, so he's got a little bit of pace in that car.
He struggled in qualifying at the start, but he's all of a sudden just found something somewhere.
Yeah, he's gaining on Aaron here. Aaron's seemingly lost time through the cycle of pit stops. Now the gap is at 12.9 seconds to blue flag.
Aaron's never been very good at fuel. He will openly admit that. Aaron's big downfall is his fuel. He's never been very good at saving it.
Yeah.
Some people just naturally save it with their drive style, some people just don't. Opposite for the tyres. Some people just have different things. Yeah, Pagani's saying that Tom will have out this a lot harder. This is his last stint now. It's going to be very, very close between these. So come the end. Eticat flat spit is Jonesy on McDonald's Wi-Fi. No, unfortunately Jonesy just lives in the middle of blooming nowhere. That's as far as I'm aware. So, I think he lives in the Midlands somewhere in some sort of field surrounded by cows and sheep. So, that explains it. That's about as my best explanation as I can, to be honest. SPI's put not even McDonald's, I'd say. Maybe it's his phone Wi-Fi, I don't know. Wendy's. Wendy's exists still, SPY.
I think they've opened a Wendy's here, but I'm not sure where. I think I heard a rumour of it happening.
I think I've never been to Wendy's. There we go. Anyway, back to the race. Let's stop talking about Wendy's and McDonald's. Right, Wells in P6, Carl in P7, and then we've got Bread just behind in P8, so this is a decent battle. Bread doesn't have to worry about saving fuel, he's got tons. And, well, had a little bit of a moment there. Carl very close.
Yeah. And Carl had a little bit of a cheeky lunge, just to say hello.
Popping his nose in to say hello.
Indeed.
I'm here. Got Aaron, who has dropped off significantly from back of blue flag now, and Jonesy's now 2.2 seconds, so that is closing. And by the end of the race, we might have a battle. Now, Tom has picked up a penalty here, which is going to swap the lead, by the look of things at the moment. I don't remember Tom having a penalty before, so this might be his first.
Blue flag's taking a little bit of the inside grass.
It looked very wide there. I just caught the end of it, and he just looked very, very wide. That might save Tom. He might just be in front of him still, but it could be close, depending on this last sector. Now, Andy is going to be in at the end of this lap, so we'll get to see where Andy actually is in relation to everyone else. Now, that's 1.8 seconds now between Aaron and Jonesy. That gap is coming down. Now, 1.2 seconds. And I think this is going to put Blue Flag right on the back of him, but not quite close enough. And Blue Flag's had a bad run for that last corner there. He lost a couple of tenths. He's gained a couple of tenths back, though, through that corner. Ebbing and flowing very much here. As Andy peels into the pits, Tom is going to probably get Blue Flag right up in his rear, but not quite close enough, I'd imagine. There we go, he's closing. He's closing.
Defensive already.
But I don't think he's quite close enough. There we go. Tom just stays in front.
Blue Flag takes a wider line, and he's right on the bumper of the Brawn.
Such an entertaining fight to watch this. It's been all race. Not long left to go. Who's your money on, Joker?
Do you know, in the vote on YouTube, I've actually gone for Blue Flag.
Oh, gone for Blue Flag. Yeah, I can't say Blue Flag because T. Smith's my teammate, so I'm obliged. Unfortunately, I'm obliged.
I'm sort of counting on Blue Flag's pace on softs going off to kind of come into effect, but I suppose these two have been swapping penalties, so it's all to play for still.
That's true. Penalties could decide this. Now Jonesy, that's closed in even more. It's 1.4 seconds now. Slipstream's not far off now.
Aaron's looking for these mediums to bed in. And Dusty Fossil looking
Aaron
on the
got a big
outside of Andy.
squirm there. was a very good battle, wasn't it, this one? Andy on his alternate strategy has found himself in P5.
Yeah, he got pushed out wide at the beginning of the race at one point.
Bit of a different strategy. We didn't really have any clue where he was until now.
Yeah, done well actually.
Oh, that's a tank slapper, that wasn't it?
Yeah, Andy and Will.
This could be close here. This could get very, very interesting. Let's go on board with Dusty Fossil, Carl. He's got Will directly behind him. Andy in front. Andy sticks to the outside. Dusty Fossil going to go to the inside. We've got Will just behind this as well. Into turn 1 they go. Dusty Fossil wins out. Oh,
very wide.
They all had a bit of a tank slapper there. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. Carl though gets it. P5. Andy's now right on the rear though in P6. Followed by Will. Bread's not far off from this as well. Remember, Bread massively over fuel, so he's got enough fuel to last him till next year. Andy having a look down the inside. That was bad and brave. So look at all the different lines. Andy going for a completely alternate line there.
Yeah, he's going to have to defend from Will now. Will's coming out the inside.
Yeah, Will back up to P6 possibly here. Andy's going to have to defend. Go the long way. Oh, he's still there. Oh, he's got it. Will gave him a lot of room there. Fair play to Will as well. Yeah. And Bread's right here in the background as well, saying hello. I'm back.
Yeah. Start of this lap, he was there's quite a gap to these guys, but this fight is bringing Bread back into it.
Oh well, massive moment.
Ooh, especially with all those tails being a bit sliding.
Oh, Bread's going for a massively wide line. He's going to try and get a really good exit. This is going to get very, very interesting towards the end of the race. T. Smith and Blue Flag still fin slipstream range each other. Jonesy 1.2 seconds as the battles up and down the field to keep an eye on in this last stint. 5 laps remaining. Here we go. Dusty Fossil still leads Andy. And Will and Bread in the battle for P5. Aaron leads Jonesy in the battle for P3. And Tom leads Blue Flag in the battle for the race win. Got Lee in P9, he's in the land of his own. So is everyone down the back end, to be honest. There's no battles at to be honest, at the back end. It's all near the front of the grid. So close here between all. Oh, Andy's very wide there. Oh, he's so it's well. So slidey on that curb. Andy's
car is handling like it's on like used rubber. He's on fresh tyres. It's mental. It's
going ice skating for a bit.
Coming out. Yeah. Not what you want at the start of a stint on that.
Yeah, probably not. No. Fairness though, he did pit much later, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, going very, very wide. Going for a great exit here. He's had a really good, strong exit.
Jones is disconnected.
Oh, God. Oh, no, not again.
I went on board with Jonesy and his car was just going straight on the grass and he disconnects.
This is emotional turmoil part of Braun, this.
Yeah.
It's a good job we got a gap.
So, it's unfortunate for Jonesy, but it's going to relieve some pressure off of Aaron now, who's all by himself pretty much, with a gap of 6.1 to Carl behind him and 15.7 to Blue Flag up front. Blue Flag going purple, not by much, but a purple is a purple. Still all over the back of Tom Smith as he goes through these windy turns.
And they still got that penalty as well here, so it's going to drop him massively behind. Battle out front, Blue Flag's very close to the back of T. Smith. He's in slipstream range in the start-finish straight as they head on to lap 33. 3 laps to go. They've been like this all race long, and blue flag is closing. Not quickly enough here on this one, no. He's going to have to sit back. Tom keeps the lead. Andy has to slow down the first penalty now, and Well is going to be past him. There we go. Maybe even Bread as well. There's Bread on his way as well. Andy drops 2 places because of that penalty. That was costly, that. Andy, oh, he's went very wide there.
Very wide entry.
He even hit that orange thing in the middle. There it is. Out front, still half a second separates them. T Smith and blue flag as they come down towards the last sector. Only 2 laps after this to go. Oh, blue flag nearly pushing Tom round the corner there. This is going to get tasty. This battle for P4. Still Carl leading from Well and Bread. Andy as well. Here we go.
Oh, Andy with a very late outside dive.
Oh, bad exit from Tom there. He had a wiggle. You think he might just be far enough ahead, so we'll slip back into this battle. Carl, Will, Bread, Andy, P4. Who's going to get this one? Out front, it's still Tom and blue flag. That's the order. Blue flag not close enough for a move. Here comes Will on Carl, possibly here.
I can't believe he's got enough to make a move into turn 1 this time round. Bradley's a little bit further back, just watching what's going to happen here. Same with Andy.
Here comes Will. Carl breaks later. Will's going to do the cut back. Carl defends for all it's worth.
They do touch a little bit. Get very close there.
Trying to go round outside Will. They're still side by side. Carl wins out at the moment. Bread having a look as well, trying to go round the outside of Panda. And there's Andy as well. It's nearly 3 wide. Panda down the outside of Carl. Carl holds the outside line.
Oh, that's crazy. I think at one point Bread gave Carl a little bit of a push that made sure he kept position against Will.
Well, Carl holds out for the moment. We've got Will as well battling. We've not even looked at the lead battle yet. There's only a lap to go. Can't keep off this one. Panda and Andy going out. It's now still Carl then. Well, out front, T Smith is holding him. It's the closest it's been though on the start finish straight for a while. 3/10 of a second. As they head on to the final lap, 35 laps. He's closing. T Smith pulls to the inside. He's going to go to the outside. Blue flag pulls to the outside. Down into the final the first corner for the last time. Blue flag very late on the brakes. Goes for the cutback. T Smith still has him at the moment. Blue flag nearly down the inside here. They're side by side into turn 2. Sai's going to try it down the inside. Tom holds it round the outside. Sweeps back past. There's a penalty in the background as well. Bread having to drop back down to P7. We'll keep on board with P1 now. T Smith looks like he's got him for the time being, unless Sai can pull something out of the bag here on this corner that's going to get him down into this next corner, but it looks unlikely at the moment.
Blue flag did set a new fastest lap on that last lap, so he's got the pace in these soft tyres. He just needs to pick his moment now.
38.8 last time around for T Smith, 38.6 for blue flag last time around. Rapid on this last lap. They're fighting tooth and nail. T Smith has him at the moment. Couple of corners to go. What a race this has been. Blue flag hasn't really got anything else here to give him unless Tom makes a mistake in the last corner as he comes round for one final time. T Smith is going to take the race win here. What a battle. P1 for him. Sai is going to take P2. Aaron had a bit of a lonely race to end up. He's wondering what's happened. P3 for him. Carl is in P4 at the moment. We've got Will in P5. Still settled down. Bread's in P6. Andy's dropped down to P8. I don't know what's happened to him. So Lee's jumped up into P7 where this personal best on the last lap. So pace right at the end for him. There's Ari coming across the line. Good result for him, P3. Dusty Fossil's having to defend tooth and nail for the last corner down the straight. He's going to get him. P4. He's going to hold it. P5 for Will. P6 for Bread. And then P7 for Lee. There we go. Wow. So T Smith takes the win with 5 P2, Aaron P3, and then comes Dusty Fossil, Will, Bread, Lee, Andy. For some reason my camera has absolutely flicked off of all of the race. What's happened there? Don't know why it's done that, but it's flicked up the last few runners. Lee went to is finished P7, Andy is going to finish P8. Then Ishmael P9, Captain Chubbs P10, Derek P11, Oven P12, Marley P13, Jones P14. For some reason there has been some sort of glitch as the last few have crossed the line and it's not let them cross the line, which is odd. I've never seen that happen before. But there we go, that is your race done. That was a bit manic, wasn't it?
Good fun. Good fun. Nice to see battles up and down the track for the most part. I don't know what happened to Oven there. Dropping between the BWT cars at the end. But
yeah.
Solid race for him, even though, you know, as a last minute replacement, you know, you should be proud really. Bread again as well. Late replacement. Good job from him. But yeah, what a battle! Not just for first, but for the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. Great fun.
Yeah, it was. That was. I would actually say that might be possibly one of the best GT races that we've had in FTRL for quite a while. Battles in the top 8 were quite ridiculous all race. So yeah, well, what a race for your first commentary in FTRL that was.
Hopefully it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely perfect. Perfect. Right, so that concludes the special week. Obviously, last night we had Pagani winning, and then this evening we've got Tom winning very tight, though, between him and Blue Flag. What a few races we've had this week. Back to normal though, G2, GT3 on the Wednesday, GT2 on the Thursday, GT1 on the Friday, and it is the sprint week next week. And then you've got an endurance week, another sprint week, and then an endurance week, and you'll finish up with a last week, which is kind of like a championship between the top 4 teams to see who wins the team championship. But that's all from me and Joker this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you do like the stream, and have a lovely evening.